We are here at Jet Pump and Valve. We're going to show a demonstration of how the All-Test Pro motor Genie works. We have a situation here on our nice little motor for which our technician Johnny, he did a check with a Megger and he did a check with a multimeter. We have good readings on both the Megger and the multimeter. We still don't know what's wrong and why the motor starter keeps tripping. The motor Genie, we're going to arrow over and we're going to conduct an insulation to ground test, and we're going to hit OK. We're going to connect to the ground and we're going to take our test lead. We can pick any of the phases. Make sure we have a good bite. We are now ready. We are performing an insulation to ground test, which is just like the Megger. We're ready for the test. We're going to hit and hold the test button until we have a steady reading. We just tested at 500 meg and we're doing just fine. We have a steady reading. So I'm going to write down this information here so we can track this motor. We tested at 500 volts and we had a good test. I'm going to go back to the motor Genie. I'm going to hit the mode button to get back to the main menu. I'm going to arrow over and we're going to perform a resistance test, which is just like a multimeter does. And we are going to get our test leads. Just like the multimeter, we have to zero it out. We're going to hit OK. It tells us right on the screen what we need to do. Connect red and black. So I'm going to connect our two leads. We have a good bite and hit OK so we can zero it out. Takes a quick couple seconds. And we are good. It is now telling us to connect the leads to the motor. I'm going to connect the yellow to the ground. And we're going to pick phases. We're going to start with phases 1 and 2 to perform our test. I'm coming back over to the motor Genie and I'm going to hit OK to perform the test. We're taking a measurement right now. And this is our resistance test on phase 1 to 2. So on our form, I'm going to write down, because I have a horrible memory, I'm going to write down 17.4. Now we need to manually change the leads, and I'm going to do 1 to 3. I'm following on our form here. Phases 1 to 3 is next. Go to the motor Genie, hit OK to run the test. It's taking its measurement. And we have 17.4. Manually, I'm going to come over here. The last test here is phase 2 to 3. Change my leads. Back to the motor Genie, hit OK. Taking its measurement. And we have 17.4. We just performed the insulation to ground test and the resistance test, which is your Megger and your multimeter. Based on this information so far, this motor is good. We have no discrepancies between the phases and we have a real good insulation to ground test. What the motor Genie can do is we can now check for winding shorts. So I'm going to go back how we started. I'm going to go phases 1 to 2, manually connect our leads. We're going to go back to mode. Back to the main screen. Now we're going to do a Z-Fi test. Arrow over to Z-Fi and hit OK. We are now getting some readings. Phases 1 to 2. Now I'm going to go to my cheat sheet here. 397. In the upper right corner it says 58 degrees. And we're going to check the impedance. Hit the test button. Minus 27. Test button to get us back where we started. Now I'm going to change my leads and we're going to do phases 1 to 3. We do phase 1 to 3. We have 373. Our phase angle is at 60 degrees. Hit our test button. Minus 30. Test button to get back where we started. We have one more phase that we need to capture information. That is 2 to 3. change my leads to 2 to 3, and we have some readings here now. 489. In the upper right corner is our phase angle, and we're reading 37 degrees. Hit the test button so we can get our Z test, and it is reading 0. Now we just perform, we have information about the winding conditions. So let's take a look at our grid here of what we wrote down, just like Sesame Street. Which one of these is not like the other? Phase 2 to 3, we are picking up on some variance. If you take a look at our test scores, you see a big discrepancy on phase 2 to 3. I created a cheat sheet down here at the bottom. What we're picking up, we're deviating from average. We are coming up with winding shorts. The motor Genie just showed us how to find winding short issues, which is a test above the megger and the multimeter. This motor, we have some winding issues. I would suggest we take this motor in and get it dipped and baked or a rewind. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.